hill on the dirt road in a burst of freedom. However, they forgot one important factor in their flight from justice. It's getting darker. Their initial burst of energy begins to fade as their uphill run turns into a hike, one of them lagging far behind the others. They do have one advantage, however. Remember the Nissan they abandoned? Well, it's blocking the way for any law enforcement vehicles that may want to follow the suspects up the road. They walk past some private ranches, but stay on the road. Searchlight lets them know that their every move is being followed. For the moment, it doesn't matter. The police seem to have no way to get to them. Or do they? Look back at where the Nissan was left behind. You can see the CHP has found another way now around the blocked road. And the suspects are on the run once again. At the end of the road, the four fugitives are walking along, unbothered by the searchlights from the helicopters circling above. At the other end, the California Highway Patrol slowly moves in. The squad cars have stopped. People can be seen approaching the vehicles. The suspects keep walking up the canyon road, one of them looking back to see if the CHP is gaining on them. As it turns out, they are. The suspects break into a run in one last desperate attempt to keep from getting caught. But at this point, it turns out to be too little, too late. In less than a minute, the four men on the run decide to give up. As the first CHP units catch up to them, three raise their hands in the air and surrender. One by one, they lie down on the road along with the lone straggler. Eventually, all four are taken into custody, and the pursuit is done.
I've been in hundreds, if not thousands, of pursuits throughout my career, and the vast majority of pursuits last a few minutes. Usually they're less than 10 miles in length, so it's very uncommon for a pursuit to last 75 miles. But my question is, you're in the middle of like a desert type area, you're in the middle of some hills and a canyon, and you have not only the police helicopters, but you have the media helicopters overhead. So I have no idea where they thought they were going to go. I just think they didn't even know where they were going to go. They were just going to keep on walking and running until they found somewhere, but obviously they didn't find anywhere good to hide. It took a while for the deputies to catch up to the officers. It looked like they were trapped behind the suspect's car and they had to find another way around. And then they stopped at our owner's property while the suspects were still running. And so it looked like there may have been some communication issues between the LA County Sheriff's and the Kern County Sheriff's helicopters. Communication can be a big issue sometimes, but luckily they were able to sort it out, figure it out, and were able to take these guys into custody. So if you know the police are actively in your neighborhood looking for a suspect, maybe you hear the sirens, the best thing you could do as a citizen in that case is lock your doors, make sure yourself and your family are inside. Maybe bring your pets inside as well if you can do that. Lock your windows and then take a look out. Look at through your yard, your backyard, any area that the police really don't have access to see if maybe someone could be hiding in your yard. Review your surveillance cameras if you have them to see if you can tell if anyone ran through your property. Those things can be super helpful to law enforcement and also help keep yourself and your family safe if you find yourself in one of these situations.
The suspects were transported back to Bakersfield where they were booked on charges that include robbery, child cruelty, and resisting arrest. The case is pending.